Excuse me. Why is the mega pint gone? It's gone. It's my last bottle of wine. I guess I'm gonna just have to drink out of the box now. Come here, kitty kitty. We're just gonna... Yes. So I'm gonna bring me Amber. Oh, that's right, she left me. It's fine. I'll just put her through the trial. If she ever says anything bad about me, I'm gonna humiliate her in trial. Everyone have that understood? I already did. Good for me. Did I get anything out of $15 million? Oh my God. $15 million? Where did this go? I already spent it on an island and expensive wine. That sounds like me. Where did the wine go? Oh my God, I just bought one bottle of wine. Why? How could that possibly be $15 million? I bought a bottle of wine from a half Italian, half French lady in the mountains of Switzerland with one leg. Whatever, it's fine. Oh my God, it's a fan. It's lovely meeting you. Truly is. Did you support me during the trial? Of course you did. I really appreciate your support. You know, us brothers have to stick together. We have to stick together. I find myself being so stressed all the time now. Everyone's always like, oh, Johnny, you did such a good job. Johnny, you're such a good person. And I'm like, oh my God, the tide is going to turn at some point, and they're all going to realize that they didn't read the court documents. They didn't see the trial. And when it does, I'm going to have to run away to one of my islands with all of my wine and all of my sexual favors that Marilyn Manson gives me to just de-stress and get away from it all. That being said, I need you to just really keep up with my appearance. I feel like you could really, I don't know, step in my place perhaps one day. I feel like you could really just capture my essence. Come. I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on you. Ladies, they love makeup. If a man wears makeup, accessorizes, he automatically becomes not a threat to them. Automatically they start to think, oh my God, he accessorizes, he wears makeup. He's like the Ken doll to my Barbie. And then you can get away with anything you want against them. I mean, look at me. Look at all the things that I've done to that poor child. But I mean, she didn't have to cry like a baby about it. Granted, when she was a baby, I was in the prime of my career. Now, come. I'm just going to be putting a little bit of this eyeshadow on. It really accentuates the demons inside of your soul. Everyone has demons inside of their souls, but sometimes the society allows those demons to be acted out against other participants of this society. And we happen to be the ones that are allowed to act it out against the others who are not allowed to act it out back. Nonetheless, come. I'm just gonna be putting a little bit of this right there. Very good. I see that you have no facial hair. I do struggle to grow out my facial hair. Granted, that being said, the little bit that I grow out really does hit the mark. My friend, Roman. No, not Pharaoh. He's a little prick. Roman Polanski, my friend. He tells me, oh, Johnny, your facial hair looks so amazing today. And I tell him, thanks, Roman. It's a shame he's in France. He has to live the rest of his life in France. And just like the French albatross, that was my ex-wife. Come. She was really angry when I left her for a woman half her age. A miserable little wench. She was all like, oh, Johnny, you left me for a woman half my age. We've been together for 13 years. And I said, silence yourself, albatross. Silence yourself. I don't care about you. I don't care about the kids. I haven't spoken to them in years. What are you not capturing right now? Nonetheless, I wanted to adopt a new daughter, which was my ex-wife, who now has betrayed me in the court of public opinion, and I had to betray her in the court of public opinion. It will not be laid to rest. If I had to humiliate her by releasing some taboo photos, taboo history, then I would. I mean, my goodness, how could she go out to the public and tell her that what didn't I do? I struck her, I violated her with a wine bottle, I left marks on her, I threatened her life, I threatened to burn her in a car and drown her as a witch. I mean, what didn't I do? This was all recorded. I kicked her in the back of the spine on an airplane and then watched her to the ground, told everyone not to pick her up. It couldn't come out. It just couldn't be done. So even if it did, I had to humiliate her and just make her feel bad about herself. I mean, my goodness, this is just protocol. typically all of my partners usually sign the NDAs. They sign the non-disclosure agreements that agree, hey, if you don't reveal what I have done to you, I will give you a settlement for a couple million, and we will shake on it and never speak to each other again. In her case, she didn't take the settlement. Her fault completely. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of this rouge on you. I'm going to put it underneath your eyes. It's going to make you look a little bit demented. It's going to make you look very Victorian. When it does, it's going to really attract the ladies to you, especially the ones with issues in their heads, because they're going to look at you and be like, oh my God, he sympathizes, he understands me. But the funny part about it is, we don't. We're obsessed with ourselves. Meanwhile, they're obsessed with finding someone to fix and to fix them. I don't care to connect with anyone. I just care to connect my non-usable pee-pee to someone. Come. I had to use a wine bottle. I'm a 60-year-old man who's had an entire lifetime of substance abuse. It doesn't work anymore. Let's just say the fans don't wave anymore. Open your eyes for me, look up for me like this. Look up. Good. There you go. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this rouge underneath your eyes. Very good. And put a little bit of that rouge under your eyes. Very good. Now I'm just gonna be rubbing it around. Just a little bit right there. A little bit right there. Good. Listen, I would hire a makeup artist. But the last makeup artist I dated, I threw a bottle of wine next to her head. She didn't like me afterwards after that. I said, is it not sexy to you? I mean, Kate Moss enjoyed it when I destroyed hotel rooms around her and when I went completely feral around her. So much so that she had to be institutionalized. I mean, and well, actually, no, she was the one who went to rehab. I think Winona was the one who had to be institutionalized after we dated. Yeah, I could see that one. She was 17 after all. But I was her first everything, so it's like, imagine being Winona Ryder's first everything because she's a teenager. Would you like some? It's a little vinegary. But you know what I say? I had some choice words to say to my doctor about some African Americans on the streets of Rodeo Drive, or was it Sunset Boulevard? One of those uppity sort of California streets. It's all about the celebrities and the fame and the Hollywood. They were around, and I ended up saying some choice words, and it was recorded, and then my ex tried using it against me, trying to depict a picture, which honestly was an accurate picture. I also had some choice words to say about the Arabs, but the fans love me. The bitches love me, they give me all the money. And then I use it for my many expensive wines. Are you a man of faith by chance? I use it for the aesthetic. It's totally cool. It's beautiful, really, it is. Here, please take this bottle of wine with you as a souvenir of my interactions. Oh, I mentioned Marilyn. Come here, come. So Marilyn has his own little lawsuit going on with Evan Rachel Wood, the other little witch that we have to burn inside of the car and toss her body into the ocean. He's made several songs about wanting to kill her, honestly in detail, and she said that she's fearing for her life because he says he has mob ties that he can use against her. But I'm like, Marilyn, my dearest, closest, bestest friend, why do these women, half our ages, want to just put us through these lawsuits? Like, do they not fear for their lives enough? Are we not being threatening enough? Like, what do we have to do to make these women understand that our reputation means not that much to us? We're going to get them anyways. Nonetheless. So, he says he's also going to be doing what I did. It's called Darvo. If they don't believe that she's lying and that she's making all of this up, even though obviously she has evidence as to Amber. I mean, the amount of evidence that Amber had really terrified me. I was shaking in my little Jack Sparrow boots. I was like, oh my goodness. No way. She's gonna win. But then, curveball, apparently, when you just have enough sound bites on TikTok about your own defense and people think you're sexy enough as a 60-year-old bloated substance abuse man who has demons stretching for 50 years, who's left his wife of mother of his children for a woman half her age who was just starting off in the industry and used every single moment of her life to your own benefit as a caretaker. They still believe you. It's fascinating. It's fabulous. They think that I'm some sort of gentle baby that needs to be protected. Do you know how many assault cases I have currently and previously? I love them. I'm so fake with this accent. It isn't even my real accent. I'm from Oklahoma. So it's just like, I can't even fathom how fortunate I've been, nonetheless. So Marilyn Manson is going to use the whole she lied thing. And people don't believe him. Then he's going to use the whole she abused me thing. That's what I did. People believed me. They were like, oh my God, she abused you. I'm like, yes, in this little bit of sound clip that I released, I have exposed her. And so, if they realize that he's been abusing her and she's been abusing him or whatever, even though she hasn't, then he's going to use the mutual abuse case, which is when a victim fights back, and then you could say, boom, abuse. So, I mean, it really just works in our favor the entire time. And if it all fails, I'm running off with Roman. We're going off. Harvey Weinstein. My dearest friend really fell for it. I was really scared that I was going to end up in his shoes. I was terrified. I was shaking my little Edward Scissorhands boots that I was going to end up in Harvey's place. But I didn't. If anything, Roman might be the answer. I mean, I'm already part French at this point. So, anyways. I'm gonna ask you to run off now. I'm gonna be taking care of these little doggies of mine. They keep pooping everywhere. On the bed sheets, on the pillows, on the couch. And I must attend to my finger. It was crushed in a machine at work. Of course it wasn't sliced off by a wine bottle. Are you stupid? If something crashes against you, glass, you would expect the entire hand to be lacerated, and it wouldn't necessarily cut off one finger. Jesus Christ. Are we dealing with a baseball player pitch? No, I just said that because people are stupid. Anyways, I'm losing consciousness.